the Liberty Perry School Board action last night, which deleted the sex education from the curriculum for this year.
Well, this is right, Jim. In my opinion, they should have at least had a hearing on this thing before they made a decision on it, and not just taken one minority group who opposed it and made a decision this way.
The school board chamber was packed last night with protesters. Was your group, who was in favor of sex education in the Liberty Perry Elementary School, represented at this meeting?
No, there wasn't. Jim, I have a son who's in the 6th grade out at Perry Elementary School, and I didn't even know anything about this film being shown last night or the meeting with the school board until yesterday afternoon when I took some of the 2nd graders over to Wapahani for a program that they were putting on.
How many parents would you say favor this program?
Well, from what I saw at the school meeting last night, there was about half of them there that was for it. There's probably half of them that was against it. But I think that the ones who were against it was much more well organized than what we were when they got there.
Have those that are in favor of this program let their wishes known to the school board?
As of right now, they haven't, but we're planning on meeting with the school board just as quick as we can get an appointment with them.
Now, I understand you've seen the film. This film is what is controversial. WLBC News, and is not substantiated, and I'd like your opinion because you've been through this course. Your opinion of the film that was called filthy, not fit to be seen by adults or youngsters, by one of those at the school board last night. Could you tell us your impression of the film?
Well, Jim, I sat through the film last night and saw the entire film, and I have an 8-year-old son who's in the 2nd grade out there, and I would have no objections whatsoever for him to see it. And I feel like that it was shown only to the 6th grade, and I think this type of educational film that was shown, the 6th grade is too late to show it. I feel like that it should even be started in much lower grades than this.
A member of the group in opposition to this program at the Selma schools mentioned also an incident regarding words on the blackboard. Said that 4-letter words were put on the blackboard and then repeated to the students. Do you know of this situation?
Well, this was brought up last night at the meeting, and Mr. Gannon, who's in charge of this program when it was started out there, did this in his vocabulary class. Now, there's a long story behind it. Well, it got started as the students had picked up their own subject that they wanted to talk about. And Mr. Gannon went to the principal's office and told him that he had let them volunteer to do this. And while he was gone, the word they wrote on the blackboard was sex. This is what they wanted to discuss. So he went back to the principal's office and got his permission on it to discuss this. And they both felt like, and I do too, that this is something that at the time that it's brought up, it should be discussed and not 6, 8, 10 weeks later. Now, the words that was put on the blackboard to begin with was words that are medical terms, acceptable terminology for sex and for the sex act. Now, the words were put on there. There was a long program on this. There was a couple parents that was present at the time. The principal was present at the time. Mr. Gannon was present, and I believe one other teacher at the time this film was showed and the program was put on.
Now, and then alongside these medically accepted terms were put the slang version.
That is right. This was, the slang terms was put on there, and the 4-letter word that they're all talking about was put at the side of the medical term intercourse, and it was explained to them that this is the slang word that is used in our vocabulary very freely today, and this is not the proper word that should be used, that there is a beautiful word that can be used in its place.
This was the whole program?
This was the entire program, Jim.
Your group that is in favor of sex education in Perry Elementary School is going to hold a meeting?
Yes, we are, just as soon as we can get it arranged, and it will be within the next couple of days.